under social studies. So what we are coming to learn is sustainable development. What we are coming to do, or we are coming to learn, is sustainable development. Okay, what is sustainable development? Sustainable development refers to a process of ensuring the development of a project is kept functioning effectively for a long time. Sustainable development refers to a process of ensuring that development of a project is kept functioning for a long time. So if a project is ensured to be functioning or working continuously, reusing, or continually being effective for production of service, goods and service or anything, that means is is sustainable development. Yes, so sustainable development in Chi, we will say bibi tokoso bomode yere adwuma saa anase bibi timi egina wo honoma for fear do bebre. So sustainable development is it refers to a process of ensuring that development of a project is kept functioning for a long time. All right, under the sustainable development we have maintenance culture, because you can't underestimate both sustainable development and maintenance culture. They move together. So maintenance, what is maintenance culture? Maintenance culture also refers to the attitude of protecting equipment. It refers to the attitude of protecting equipment. So as an individual, if you are able to maintain or protect equipment which will last and work for a long period of time or function for a long period of time, that means maintenance culture. This is maintenance culture. So maintenance culture refers to the attitude of protecting equipment. Yes, you can also define maintenance culture as a way of ensuring that the repairing of damaged equipment on time before they are further deteriorated. So if you are able to also repair your product before it will get damaged, which will not, even you can't do anything about it again, that means you are ensuring maintenance culture. You are showing maintenance culture. All right, we have relationship between maintenance culture and sustainable development. Maintenance culture and sustainable development. So these are the relationship between maintenance culture and sustainable development. Maintenance culture and sustainable development cannot be underestimated. Without maintenance culture, sustainable development cannot be function, or you cannot be sustainable development. So if you have sustainable development, you have a resource which is, or you have a project or a project, yes, are working right now. If you are not able to maintain the equipment or the project or the infrastructure or anything for it to function effectively for a long period, that means you won't get sustainable development. So immediately someone is repairing or having an attitude of protecting equipment so that it will function for a long period of time, that means that person is having maintenance culture and sustainable development. Yes. And so those people who always postpone things like, oh, me, I will do this thing, tomorrow I will repair it, this time I will repair it. This it will, before you realize that, let me repair or let me fix it, the problem, the thing is already damaged. You can't do anything about it. So it's very necessary for individuals to have maintenance culture so that they will get a sustainable development. Because in Ghana here, many individuals think that this is a government property, and Ghanaians, we like postponing, so we won't repair it on time. We will just wait till the thing get damaged, whereby we can't do anything about it before we would attend to, or we will try to do it, which is not good. All right, so now we know maintenance culture and sustainable development. We have factors which have hindered sustainable growth, sustainability of growth and development in Ghana. So sustainability of growth and development in Ghana, we have some factors which has been hindered, or problems which have stopped Ghana from sustainable growth and development. So these are the factors which are affect or hindered or block Ghana from getting sustainability growth and development in as a country. So using low quality materials. Using low quality materials. So if materials which Ghanaians are using to construct or to build their development or project, normally they use what? Low quality materials, which will not make the project become what? Very sustainable, especially the government work contract or project. So people who has been awarded contract to develop a project in a country normally use what? Low quality what? Materials to execute them. This result is shoddy work, and it's for the reason that the government continuously spend money. So we won't construct it where we won't the contractors or the human resources, those who are the skilled personnel, they won't use quality materials. So when they construct or they did a project, it won't last for a long period, or it can't function for a long period. So now what they will do is the government will go and use another money to go and reconstruct it, which will always make Ghana or stop Ghana from what? Sustainable ability of growth, and also what? Its development. That's why Ghana is not developing what? Faster, because we don't the attitude of using what? Low quality materials. Okay, the attitude of postponing repairs. Yes, if you say the attitude of postponing repairs is whereby the people are not showing what? Maintenance lack of what? Maintenance culture, or they are not showing what? Maintenance culture. So through that, it's hindered Ghana from what? Development and sustainability of what? Growth. And in this case, the attitude of postponing repair leads to the further what? Deterioration or damage of what? The equipment in the country. So for them to repair it, they will postpone. Oh, it's okay, let's manage it for some time. I will do it later. Before they realize, they will see that the machine is what? Or the project is what? Collapse. You can't do anything about it again. So the attitude of what? Postponing is a factor that hindered sustainability, growth, and development in what? Ghana. We are talking about Ghana right now. Okay, we have inability, political insustainability. We have political insustainability. If you say political insustainability, political insustainability is when the individuals or people who voted always change what? Government, change of government. So this because the military regime, when the military regime took over the regime of what? The government, it abandoned all what? Development projects that had been initiated by the civilian government. So when Kwame Nkrumah was the president, he started a project, but since we started the coup d'etat and military regime took over, it retired a lot of what? Development projects, which also has hindered Ghana from what? Development. And now we can also observe the same thing by where the citizens also vote. So we can, NDC can start or NPP can start a project, and based on change of government, they will vote against and change the government, which they will not allow the person to complete all the projects he has started. So through that, it retire the development, and it also hindered sustainability growth. All right, inability to prioritize well. Inability to prioritize well is another effort at what sustainability development have been retired, or because most often the policies of the government are influenced by foreigners. So the policy of the government mostly are influenced by the foreigners or foreign international donors who gave prescription that are not in the interest of the people. So you can see that all the time the World Bank will dictate for Ghana. We will go to IMF, and they will tell you how to spend your money, how to construct or how to use it for development of your country. So it's another factor which has hindered Ghana from sustainability of growth and its development. Okay, negative attitude to work. If you say negative attitude to work, yes, Ghanaians exhibits of negative attitude at workplace have further wanted or has effort on retirement of sustainability growth or sustainable growth and development in Ghana. So Ghanaians over the years have exhibit some negative attitudes such as laziness, absentees, and also lackadaisical attitude towards work rate, which is not helping in the production of goods and service, which will also develop the social economy of the country. So through this, it has affected Ghana, or it has hindered Ghana from its development of growth. So if the citizen is able to have positive attitude, it means the country can get sustainability growth and also develop as a country, Ghana. All right, We have inadequate skilled personnel is another factor that hindered what the development of what sustainability, sustainable development and its development in Ghana. So Ghana has not been able to achieve sustainable growth and development because the skilled personnel who are to transform the country resource into adequate or manufacturing products are what inadequate in the country. So workers who can work to transform our natural resource or our resources into manufacturing products, which will increase the productivity of the country, is what less, and through that it has hindered Ghana from what developing and also what sustainability of what growth or sustainability of growth. So this has been largely what due to what the educational system, because our education system is always what knowledge-based education, whereby we will learn and speak what big English. So someone can speak big English, but the person cannot construct. So you see engineer speaking big English, but he don't have any practical field. He don't understand what he's doing. So he just theory. He can't what bring it into what action. Or so Ghanaians should adapt what they have neglected vocational and technical education, but if they are able to adapt technical and vocation, it will help them to also get more skilled personnel who can transform our resources into what manufacturing or into useful products. Okay, we have measures to adapt to sustain growth and development in Ghana. Measures to adapt. So now we know the factors that hinder Ghana from sustainability or sustainable growth of what and development. And now we are coming to use the measures we can use to challenge the factors that are hindered Ghana from development, so that Ghana can what develop. So these are ways or measures which Ghana can what grow, get sustained growth and what development as a country. So one, reorientation of education system. Yes, if you say reorientation of education system, which means that Ghanaians are coming to reorientate, or we are coming to develop a change in what education system of what the country. So education and training should play down academic knowledge and emphasis on what acquisition of what technical and vocational skills, which will help the people to transform our resource into what manufactured product. So if Ghanaians try to reorient their education system, whereby they would minimize they would lower the academic knowledge-based academic and also apply what the technical and vocational training, which will help the youth or the citizens to acquire what more skills for that, so that we get what adequate skilled personnel. Okay, development of positive attitude towards the properties of what government and others. Yes, if Ghanaians have a property about a good attitude about government project or property, whereby they will use or they can protect government property from what destroying or deteriorating, that means it will help the country to also work, so that the government will not use more money or different money to also work, invest or reconstruct that project again. It will help the government to use that money for a different or to establish another business. And people think that this is not my own business, so they don't care about it, so they don't pay attention or protect or using maintenance culture. Okay, using best quality material. This one here is very simple. So we should the papa there, one who has sent it will help you to also benefit much from it. So using best quality of material. So the use of the best quality materials will also enable Ghana to sustain her growth and development. This is because these materials will enable projects stand the test of time to ensure monitor them to make sure that they use the required material, both the quality and quantity for the project, so that the project can sustain for a long period. And yes, we have a lot of projects in this country which has been used the quality of materials so that it's of course we have observed that it has been sustained for a long period of time. So this one, government will not spend any money on that project again. We can see Adome Bridge, Temamoto Way, we have Kolebu Hospital, Ridge Hospital, 37. We have a lot of Legon University of Ghana, Legon, and and we have other institutions. So that means now government and they use quality material for that project. So now it has been sustained for a long period, and it will continue to function effectively without damage. That means sustainable development, and they are maintaining it well. So maintenance culture. Okay, Development of maintenance culture. Development of maintenance culture, yes, is whereby Ghanaians are getting attitude of what repairing or protecting their equipment or projects so that it can be sustained for a long period of what time, or it can function effectively for a long period of time. Yes, so if Ghanaians are just stop there postponing repair and develop a maintenance culture whereby they will protect and also repair their damaged equipment on time to prevent it from further deterioration, so that it won't be like now we can't do anything about it again, so that the government can also use that money for what different infrastructures for the country to what develop both in what social economy. Okay, development of positive attitude whereby the citizens, yeah, if you say development of positive attitude is whereby the citizens are getting what positive attitude by being punctual, hardworking, dedication, and also committed among others, so that the country can also develop and get what more, also get high productivity with help in what sustain business and what other economy, so that the country can become what developed and also sustainable. We know Ghana is not a developed country. Ghana is a developing country. So if Ghanaians have the positive attitude, maintenance culture, and using the best quality of material, Ghana can transform from what, or Ghana can move from developing country into what developed country, because US is a developed country. They have developed. All right. Political stability, yes, political stability is whereby we maintain one government or one political party and their government for a long period of time, so that they can what accomplish or they can complete all their projects they have what start before we can what change. So the project started by the government of the National Democratic Congress were continued by the New Patriotic Party when it took over the regime of what government in the year 2001. Political stability also provided ensure to what investors that the country is safe to do what business. So through that, so when Kufuor became a president, he continued what JJ did, and yes, Atamis also can continue what. So you see, free capitation grant, which is free education, was started by a certain president, and they continue, and they create another one, building of school. They also build a school building and all facilities, hospitals. They are trying to also complete all of them, so that the country will get what sustainable development and also develop as what country. All right, clear priority whereby Ghana can sustain her growth and development. If the government sets the priority right, the government should be able to identify the need of what the people and make effort to address them, so that what the people need is what the government will do for them, so that the country can also develop, which will make them accept, and they will accept their own opinions, but they will not be controlled by any foreign country. Yes, so we are done with sustainable development. We will continue. We are not done completely, but we will continue for measures that could be taken to improve the quality of human resource and prevent their loss. Okay, so let's refresh our mind. Sustainable development it refers to ensuring it refers to the process of ensuring that development of a project is kept functioning effectively for a long time or a long period. Sustainable development refers to a process of ensuring that development of a project is kept functioning for a long time. So if a project is kept for a long, so if you have something and you kept that project or that thing for a long time, that means it's a sustainable development. And maintenance culture is also referred to as attitude of protecting equipment, or you can also define it as the attitude of always ensure the repairing of damaged equipment on time before they are further deteriorating. And we know the relationship between sustainable development and maintenance culture. You can't underestimate them. You need both of them. All right, factors which have hindered sustainable growth and development in Ghana. One is using of low quality materials for projects, and the attitude of postponing repairs, and inability to patronize work, political instability, negative attitude to work, and lastly inadequate skilled personnel. And the measures which we can use to also Our measure to adapt to sustain growth and what development in Ghana. One is political stability, clear priorities, and development of positive attitude to work, development of maintenance culture, using of the best quality materials, development of positive attitude towards the property of government and others, and reorientation of